Resource Management and Consumer Studies Core Area 2. Consumer Responsibilities, we look at the environment. It's Unit 3, Section 2. The learning outcomes for this unit. In this chapter, you will learn about the consequences of not maintaining the environment responsibly. We will explore both renewable and non-renewable resources that can be used for production of energy, global warming and its causes and effects, ways to reduce energy consumption in the home and thereby reduce damage to our environment, the role of Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland, air, water and noise pollution, their causes, effects on the environment and how to reduce them, and waste management and the European waste management hierarchy. We'll also look at recycling symbols, government initiatives to reduce the impact of packaging, ENFO, and the WEEE Directive. What are the consequences of not managing the environment responsibly? We have a responsibility to manage our waste and use energy efficiently to ensure we cause the least amount of damage to the environment as possible. We need to become sustainable consumers by being conscious of the generations that come after us. If we don't act responsibly, there will be a reduction and eventually depletion of our natural, non-renewable resources such as oil and coal. Global warming and climate change will increase because of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide being emitted from burning of fossil fuels. The protective ozone layer that absorbs harmful UV rays from the sun will be destroyed. Forests are the world's air conditioning system, the lungs of the planet, and we are on the verge of switching it off. Deforestation of the rainforest will increase the levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, as the trees won't be there to filter it. There will be an increase in air, water, and soil pollution. We will look at these in more detail during the presentation. Renewable resources. These are resources that are always available naturally and won't run out despite constant use. Renewable energy causes no harm to the environment, and sources include solar energy. This is created with solar panels which convert light rays into electrical energy. Wind energy is created by windmills or wind turbines. As the blades turn with the wind, it drives a generator producing energy. Hydropower or hydro energy is a form of renewable energy that uses the water stored in dams as well as flowing in rivers to create electricity in hydropower plants. The rotating blades spin a generator that converts the mechanical energy of the spinning turbine into electrical energy. Geothermal energy is thermal energy generated and stored in the earth. Biomass energy is biomass fuel that is developed from organic materials, is a renewable and sustainable source of energy used to create electricity or other forms of power. Non-renewable resources are in limited supply and cannot be replaced once they are gone. Burning off non-renewable resources cause harm to the environment. Fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas are formed in the earth from dead plants and animals. When they are burnt, they drive a generator to produce energy, but they release greenhouse gases as they burn, thus harming the environment. Nuclear energy is created by a nuclear or chemical reaction. Uranium is split into two atoms which give off heat. This drives a generator producing electricity. In 1986, the world's worst nuclear disaster occurred at Chernobyl in the Ukraine. Nearly 1 million people have died due to this disaster, mainly of cancer. Hickley nuclear plant is being built 250 kilometres off Rosslare, approximately the distance from Dublin to Cork. It is due to begin operating in 2023. What is the greenhouse effect? It is a natural process that warms the Earth. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some of the energy is reflected back into space. The rest is absorbed and re-radiated or distributed by the greenhouse gases surrounding the Earth. Greenhouse gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and some artificial chemicals like the CFCs, which come from aerosol cans when old fridges are dumped due to the refrigerant. The energy absorbed by greenhouse gases warms the atmosphere around the Earth and the surface of the Earth. This process keeps the Earth's temperature at around 33 degrees Celsius warmer than it would otherwise be, thereby allowing life on Earth to exist. However, the problem is that human activities on Earth, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, agriculture, and deforestation, are increasing the concentration of greenhouse gases, which is trapping extra heat into the atmosphere, which is causing the Earth's temperature to rise. This is known as global warming. What are the effects of global warming? The first would be an increase in average temperatures and temperature extremes. The Earth's average temperature has increased about 2 degrees Fahrenheit during the 20th century. What's the big deal? 2 degrees may sound like a small amount, but it's an unusual event in our planet's recent history. Earth's climate record, preserved in tree rings, ice cores, and coral reefs, show that the global average temperature is stable over long periods of time. Furthermore, small changes in temperature correspond to enormous changes in the environment. For example, at the end of the last ice age, when the northeast United States was covered by more than 3,000 feet of ice, the average temperatures were only 5 to 9 degrees cooler than today. So small changes in the Earth's average temperature can have massive effects on our world. Extreme weather events and temperature extremes is another effect of global warming. A report by the London-based charity Christian Aid has examined the 10 most destructive weather events up to 2018. Hurricane Florence, fires in California, drought in Europe, floods in Japan, drought in Argentina, floods in China, drought in Australia, floods in India, drought in Cape Town, South Africa, a typhoon in the Philippines and China, and the report said that climate change meant the disasters were more severe and more extreme. All of these disasters are linked with human-caused climate change. In some cases, scientific studies have shown that climate change made the particular event more likely or stronger, for example, with warmer oceans supercharging tropical storms. In other cases, the event was the result of shifts in weather patterns, like higher temperatures and reduced rainfall, that made fires more likely, which are themselves consequences of climate change. Precipitation, rainfall, and snow has increased across the globe on average, yet some regions are experiencing more severe drought, increasing the risk of wildfires, loss of crops, and drinking water shortages. Ice melt. Ice is melting worldwide, especially at the Earth's poles. This includes mountain glaciers, ice sheets covering West Antarctica and Greenland, and the Arctic sea ice. In Montana's Glacier National Park, the number of glaciers has declined to fewer than 30 from more than 150 in 1910. Sea levels. Much of this melting ice contributes to sea level rise. Global sea levels are rising 3.2 millimeters a year, and the rise is occurring at a faster rate in recent years. And death or extinction of plants and animals. Rising temperatures are affecting wildlife and their habitats. Vanishing ice has challenged species such as the penguin in Antarctica, where some populations on the Western Peninsula have collapsed by 90% or more. As temperatures change, many species are on the move. Some butterflies, fox, alpine plants have migrated farther north to higher, cooler areas. So what can we do? Ways to reduce energy consumption at home. Energy in the home is responsible for 30% of energy-related carbon dioxide emissions, which are a primary contributor to global warming. We can reduce energy consumption by choosing energy-efficient appliances such as A-rated washing machines, avoid leaving appliances on standby, using compact fluorescent lamp light bulbs instead of incandescent, filling the washing machine or dishwasher fully before we put it on, or using a half-load wash option, ensuring your home is well insulated, like for example having triple glazed windows, fitting a timer on the immersion in case some family members forget to switch it off, turning off lights in rooms when they're not in use, and taking a shower, a short shower, rather than a bath. The Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland are responsible for providing government-funded grants and deliver on Ireland's energy labelling regulations. They work with homeowners, businesses, communities and government to transform how we think about, generate and use energy. Since 2011, we have supported a range of activities from home energy efficiency upgrades to ocean energy research, says the SEAI. Many homeowners, businesses and motorists use government-funded SEAI grants to get ahead of carbon tax increases. Last year, the Government of Ireland, through the SEAI, invested $120 million in sustainable energy upgrades and actions. Among the supports available to homeowners were special pilot projects exploring deep retrofitting, solar, photovoltaic systems and home retrofit financing. SEAI also collaborated in a programme with the HSE, the Department of Communications, Climate Action and Environment and the Department of Health, looking at health benefits of energy upgrades. Under its market surveillance role, the SEAI continued to deliver on Ireland's energy labelling regulations, helping people make more informed purchasing decisions for appliances and other products. As Ireland moves away from fossil fuels, SEAI plays a key role in providing practical policy and pragmatic supports to deliver effective change. The SEAI is funded by the Government of Ireland through the Department of Communications, Climate Action and Environment. Air pollution. We look at its causes, effects and how to reduce it. Air pollution is caused by households and businesses burning fossil fuels. Road, rail and air transport release carbon emissions according to a report by the Environmental Protection Agency. The transport section has been the fastest growing source of greenhouse gas emissions, showing a 139.3% increase between 1990 and 2016. CFC emissions are man-made compounds found in the likes of air conditioning and refrigeration devices, as well as propellants in aerosol cans. They destroy the Earth's natural protective layer called the ozone layer. We need O3, a chemical known as ozone, in the atmosphere, in the stratosphere, to protect the Earth from radiation from the sun. But when CFCs are used, they eventually pass into the stratosphere and chemically combine with the protective ozone, depleting it and thereby not allowing it to do its protective function for the Earth. Ozone forms a kind of layer in the stratosphere where it is more concentrated than anywhere else. Ozone and oxygen molecules in the stratosphere absorb UV light from the sun, providing a shield that prevents this radiation from passing into the Earth's surface. The ozone is destroyed by CFCs. When UV rays strike CFCs, the molecules in the upper atmosphere, a carbon-chlorine bond, breaks, producing chlorine atom. The chlorine atom then reacts with the ozone molecule, breaking it apart and so destroying the ozone. So the CFCs combine with the ozone and stop it from being protective. Ammonia is an effective cleaning tool, and it's more prevalent than you think. In fact, it's commonly used in several cleaning products that might be in your home. For example, glass and window cleaners. Ammonia is an excellent glass cleaner, so it's one of the top ingredients in commercial glass cleaning products. Multi-purpose cleaners look on the list of your favourite household cleaners, and you may find ammonia is at the top of the list. It is used in popular products offered by Mr. Clean, Procter & Gamble and other companies. Although these cleaners seem gentle, they can be surprisingly corrosive and should not be used in their full strength format. Protect your property and health by diluting these products in a gallon of water. Oven and drain cleaners have a little ammonia and can help clean your oven, so it is also a common ingredient in oven cleaners. So we should be choosing eco-friendly products and avoiding products with ammonia. Water pollution is caused by industrial waste from chemical solvents, dumping in the sea, oil leakages or spillages, the runoff of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, and leakage from sewer lines. The effects include making water unsafe for human consumption, death of aquatic animals, and an increase in algae bloom, which depletes oxygen and water, causing sea life to suffocate. We can reduce water pollution by all industries taking on environmentally friendly waste management systems and avoiding illegal dumping of industrial waste, ensuring heavy fines are imposed for illegal rubbish dumping and oil spills, and to reduce the use of fertilizers and pesticides or choose eco-friendly versions. Noise pollution. Noise pollution affects people by contributing to hearing problems, as constant exposure to loud noise can damage eardrums and cause hearing loss. They can also cause health issues such as stress, fatigue, hypertension, and headaches. We can reduce noise pollution by insulating homes, for example, soundproofing our windows. Avoid buying homes near social venues like pubs or transport locations such as motorways, and organise local committees to ensure residents do not use loud music or have loud parties after certain hours. Management of our waste. There are two forms of waste: organic waste, which is waste that is biodegradable, and inorganic waste, which is waste that is not biodegradable. The hierarchy of waste management shows at the worst would be disposal, where our waste goes to landfill. Next would be where we recover the waste with energy recovery in incineration. The next worst would be to recycle the product. We're getting onto the better stages there when we can reuse our products, minimize packaging, or prevent even buying it so it won't be waste. Our recycling symbols include the EU Eco label, the PET symbol, the recycle symbol, and the green dot. We will look at these in more detail in the book. We Ireland is Waste Electrical and Electronic Equipment Directive. It ensures awareness initiatives and ensures producers of electronic equipment finance the environmentally friendly aftercare of redundant appliances. We can find more about ENFO on askaboutireland.ie. It is an Irish organisation that provides information on the environment and climate change and on Irish and European law as it applies to these areas. askaboutireland.ie is the dedicated website for this organisation, as their only office in Dublin was closed in 2009. There are many resources and publications regarding the environment and climate change available online. Government initiatives to reduce the impact of packaging are putting a levy on plastic shopping bags and a landfill levy increase. See if you can find out any more initiatives by the government to reduce the impact of packaging. This is the end of the unit.